You got people like Defoe on there that I didn't think of. There's so many people I was like, raw.
Defoe, Drogba, Darren Bent. Now, if I was doing this under pressure, I'm not sure. I think I might have folded,
Yeah,
you know,
we did it off the back of like not like Shy had all the answers and we were just going back. Like to be fair,
because
we actually did very well. We did very well. It's just those 3
I would have
minutes.
said Jakubu, but I know he's not there. I did
Yeah,
by you. I
We
know
got
he's not.
70 goals.
we said my team said Adebayo and she was like no. And then the other team said they said Cardio and she was like absolutely not. And I was like, oh my god, the Nigerians are coming for your neck. The Nigerians are coming. Like when it comes out, just that snippet alone, she was like absolutely not with her chest. I was thinking, yeah, they're coming for you, man.
Yeah, no, Kanye, no chance.
Carney's a West Bromwich Albion legend. Never forget, man.
Yeah, stop that.
West Brom legend.
Like the first question, yeah. I don't know if you guys know this. It should be fair, you guys might know this because you probably know more than what like the basics, yeah. The first question was, I'm an Arsenal player. No, I was an Arsenal player, I was a Chelsea player. I also played for Madrid, and I currently coach the Lille youth team. Who am I?
I'm Arsenal.
Gallas?
No.
Who? Wait, come again.
Wait,
What was it? Arsenal, Chelsea.
So I used to play for Arsenal, Chelsea, and Real Madrid.
Oh
and
wait, when the hell did he play for Real Madrid?
And I currently manage the Lille youth team.
Diarra.
No.
Lasagna Diarra.
No. That's someone said that.
Wait, sure. Don't just say names. Just think.
No, but that's what we thought. That's Anelka. But I didn't know that. I was like, I don't follow Anelka's life to know that.
Anelka's a coach.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's him around children. I was thinking, who's French and played for Arsenal and played for Chelsea?
Yeah, because she was like when she got to that question, he had played for bare clubs, so she had to throw us off of like Real Madrid, and we were all there like, what? Who's played for Arsenal, Chelsea, and Real?
Could be fair enough. Pick up Anelka.
If you ask me if you gave me options of Anelka or Lasagna Diarra, I would have thought it was Diarra still. Ain't no way Anelka a coach.
Tima said Diarra, and we were
like, when the hell did Diarra play for Arsenal?
He did. Hey, your Wi-Fi is crazy.
To be fair, someone like one of the girls said it, so he must have played for Arsenal. I don't know if he did personally. I didn't watch him in it, but
Lasana, when the hell did he play for Arsenal?
When we had like Ben Ayoun and that.
But it really shows people's age. I can't lie. The question
was nuts.
Hold on a minute. When he
did still 2000, he made 7 appearances. Yeah, he had to be locked in. He made 7 appearances for you. Look.
Hold on a minute.
Came from Le Havre.
Maybe because am I freezing? Because bruv, you're cracking for me on a mad one, Grant.
He's all right.
All right, so cool. Let me switch.
Shem, have a quick ding dong with your internet provider.
Nah, man, you know that's not me. I mean, come on.
It's there for you.
Have a quick ding dong. All right, you played 7 games for Arsenal. That's that part of history just literally wiped out, man.
Yeah, Raul. Where's the tweet? Let me tweet it. Where is everybody?
Hands up if you got 3 points this weekend.
None of us can do that. So what's your problem?
Damn.
Those are good. I like those trivia questions. I played here, and here. But if they want to throw you off, yeah, they'll be telling you like. Because certain people, you have to say something specific. Because a lot of people have the same career paths. So, like, if I say I play for Derby County, Tottenham, Derby County, Portsmouth.
Derby County, Tottenham, Portsmouth. Jamie O'Hara.
See, exactly. Yeah.
Is that it?
But then correct? I think so. Yeah. But then I think Thingy played for them as well. Come to think about it. Did Robbie Keane play for Portsmouth?
No, he played for Liverpool. We went from Tottenham to Liverpool, back to Tottenham.
Tottenham. Yeah. But I'm saying that wouldn't even be valid because I'm sure there's about 10 players that hit that spec of what I just said. So like when you do them trivia questions, you have to like. So for example, when Judy said, I'm currently a coach at Lille. That's what like it makes it fine.
Yeah, exactly. No, but for me it was the Real Madrid because she was like, no one would no one would guess that just because there's bare players that played for Arsenal and Chelsea, but he also played for bare teams, and we would have got that easily. Where should you put Real Madrid in now? I was like, what?
Yeah,
And
people
then
tend to
Leo, I was
forget
like,
that now compared to Real Madrid.
I don't watch Lille youth team. I don't know who did.
The Lille one, all the Lille one did for me was confirm he's French. So when it said Lille youth team, I was just like, okay, yeah, cool, French. Where people had loads of players on their bench. A lot of people had loads of players on their bench this week.
Or for FPL?
Yeah.
No, shocking week of
Trossard
FPL.
was on someone's bench.
Shocking
Nico
week.
Williams on someone's bench. Ward. Andreas.
It was a shocking ass week of FPL for me. I can't lie.
Oh, every week you say the same thing. You're not good at this game.
I never said this last week because I had a good week last week. Don't do that, Shem. Don't do that.
I got 72 points.
You got 72 points. How do you get 72 points?
How you get that? Who you got on your team?
What do you know that I don't?
The 1 week I decided to play properly, you know what I mean? And I even left Maddison on the bench.
Let me see. Saliba, Van Dijk, Cancelo. Who's that? Williams. Okay, Williams got his own points. Lloris ain't get you no points. Bernardo, Odegaard. Who's that? Is that Aronson?
No,
Andreas. Okay, Andreas. That's where the money's at. Awoniyi, Haaland. I'm not. How the hell do you get 72 points out of that? I'm confused.
Maddison 8 points.
Oh, Maddison as well.
No, but he's on the bench. I left out. I would have been 80 points.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I've come to announce that I'm blocking Sammy.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Wow, you should be in
just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here just racing up. You should be in prison. You're facing charges.
Roman.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of The Final Third. It literally feels like we only just recorded like 2 days ago. Wait.
Breaking news.
Oh yeah, it was 2 days ago. Raw. I'm so dumb.
Boris
Anyways,
Johnson has pulled out of the Tory election race. Thank God.
Joker. What a joker.
Sad part is if he didn't pull out, I'm sure he would have got it.
Can you? Anyway, game week 12. We're back after 2 days. Wow, what a record for us. You have myself, Jules. You got Lavish. You got Banks, and we're about to dive straight into it. We're gonna start with Newcastle beating Spurs to go forth. Ooh.
Bro, we're not starting with box office Arsenal.
No, we're not. Shut up.
That's
We never start with Arsenal. Don't do that.
We did that last week. We started with Arsenal last week.
No, we didn't.
We started
No,
with
we
Arsenal last week. Arsenal
No.
against what? Leeds. Who was it?
What's wrong with Man City?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, my mistake. Clearly my mistake.
Yeah, it's because you love us so much.
No, Shem's always saying you lot are box office, innit? So I
We are
assume he's
box office.
My fault.
2 defeats in a row for Spurs. What's going on? What's going wrong for them at the moment?
Kane and Son just aren't putting it. If Kane and Son aren't showing up for them, then it looks a bit sticky. It looks a bit different for them. Because nothing's like, honestly, it's so mad because nothing's really changed in the performances. Like these are it's pretty much the same performances you've seen from them all season. Same stuff. Only now in the last couple of games they haven't had someone to bail them out and get them a goal that gives them the win. There's been so many that the drop off from Christian Romero to Davinson Sanchez is literally all the way down there. Shocking footballer. And then you've got Emerson Royale. He wasn't even bad, but at the same time, he just doesn't contribute. Like Brian Sessegnon, normal guy. It's just like all of it is just very. And then you're realistically just looking at Kane and Son. Can either of these two bail us out? And Son was absolutely woeful today.
Someone's mic is giving feedback. I apologize. I don't know whose it is, but I'm getting a bit of. But anyway, yeah. What happened to your mic that we bought you?
First of all, it was Chim that bought it for me. It's Chim.
Okay. Out of
And because it's not compatible with the Mac anymore.
the tier
Need to
3
get
money. Okay. You put your hands in the pot when you feel like it. There's
Anyway, someone's mic is giving feedback, so like kindly, whenever one person's talking, I think the other two should mute. Just saying.
it's defo that guy.
Yeah, go. Just mute your mic, big fella. But yeah, Jules, to emphasize, why is it going wrong? It's good when you can hear that. You can now think because you know brothers on mute. Yeah. What's going wrong? I feel like this Conte ball is just. Hey, nah.
I was just about to highlight that one.
Yeah. Hey, nah. Yeah. Jules, yeah, this Conte ball or how they've been playing this start of this season for these last 12 games, it's not sustainable. 11 games, sorry. It's not sustainable. It's very much, we'll wait for you to try to break us down, and then we're just going to play driven passes to Son, Kulusevski, or Kane, and they'll convert from the very little chances we get. And then once we've scored and we go 1-0 or eventually 2-0 up, we're going to get more goals because we're going to keep doing it, and then we're going to go into the game and dominate the ball eventually. It's really not sustainable because it's like you play that way, but when it goes left, you have to have the onus to go and break other teams down, and it's not in your locker because the personnel within the midfield is nowhere near good enough. There's no link between midfield, defense, and attack. It's very much midfield and defense is one unit, and attack is another unit, and the connectivity is just driven passes to the attack, and that's what works for them. That's their blueprint. That's what works. That's what they've been doing for like several years. Just that the only difference is, but I say Nuno and I get Jose, they really try to implement the wide players, the fullbacks. Conte is trying to do that, but the personnel there is not good enough. Like they pose no threat out wide in terms of with their fullbacks. Their only danger is when literally you're pressing them, you have the ball, and if you lose it, how quickly they can exploit you. But yeah, they've become unstuck because that is just not a sustainable way to play football, and football always wins, to be honest.
I'm really trying to think about how Tottenham can switch up to where they've got a different dimension to their attack. Like, what do they do to sort of get a different feel, a different look to their attack? Because as you say, like right now, it's just very predictable. Like Sammy makes a good point where Kane, like he's maintaining his level and he's gonna score goals, whatever. But even then, it's not enough. It's not enough when it's just one person or two people that you're constantly turning to get you out. Like, is Conte capable of like switching it up and doing something to add another dimension to the attack? Because right now, as you said, like all I saw in this game against Newcastle was a whole load of just balls into Son, edge of the box, and he tried to get a shot off. More time it was blocked or it was tackled off of him. But is there a way to get another dimension out of this Spurs side?
I don't think so. I feel like with the personnel which they have, no. Or he's just got to really change their game mid-season, change the way in which they play mid-season. But with the personnel in which they have, no. You can either do it by getting another, I would say, world-class midfielder or a type of midfielder that can dictate play. Because even though Bentancur can, he's very jack of all trades. Like he's good at everything. But you need someone who's predominantly can dictate play and is very good at setting a tempo in midfield. Or you get very good fullbacks. It's one of the two. You get very good fullbacks who can create from fullback positions, from wide positions. It's one of those two things. The front three, and that's the thing, going into the Tottenham job as a manager, it's kind of a dream and it's also a curse because you know you've got attack, you've got a perfect attack to work with. All of them in their prime within the last 3 years or so, all within their prime. But once you look behind it, Lloris is stable enough. The back four, there's some personnel there that's good enough to work with. But then bringing it all together is a real issue. And again, I just believe it's not me being drastic or not me commenting on the fact they lost to Newcastle at home. But Tottenham are going to do another season. They're going to do absolutely nothing. They're going to win nothing. The only thing they're going to contest for is are we going into top 4 or are we not? But yeah, it's going to be another season of nothingness for them.
Ricky Bowley said Richarlison is 60 million. Banks your guy is just a nothing guy, passion merchant. He say
That's
fuck
fact.
him. He
That's
wasn't
fact.
playing. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. Let's give him a chance to play before we say fuck him. I feel like that's fair.
Who's
How
the
impressive
passion merchant?
were Newcastle today?
Say again.
How impressive were Newcastle today?
Jack Grealish has got a lot to answer for. He's got a lot to answer. He's got a lot to answer for. And this is not me. This
He's
is
not
not
even
any
playing.
sort of-
You just said, man. You
I
just
know
said
it's not-
Richarlison's not
this is
playing.
not this is no Jack Grealish agenda, but you don't get to put someone on the Summer Jam screaming drunk off your face, screaming he's playing like Almiron, and then he has a comeback season like this, and you don't come and address the claims. Because the fact that he said it is on your mind. You've been saying this on the training ground. You've been passing this joke along around your teammates. You've been playing like Almiron. You've been playing like Almiron. Now he's banging it. You best be ready to address it. Hey, Newcastle, very, very impressive in terms of being able to go to what is a stadium that they've won all their games this season at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. As bad as we think they've won all their games at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and more time they find a way to get a result in these sort of grounds, in their home ground. But they went there, and it's not like they looked overruled or intimidated, or they just snuck a 1-0. Like, they genuinely went there and they played football, and they played. I feel like it's fair to say they played Tottenham off the park, especially for like the first 60-ish minutes. They played Tottenham off the park, and they were fully deserving of their victory. Bruno Guimaraes, quality. Even Sean Longstaff in there was very good. Quality. Miguel Almiron gave Sessegnon and Longley, Ben Davies on that side a long day. Him and Trippier combining a long day on that right hand side. And then Callum Wilson, honestly, if it weren't for injuries, this guy would be the prototypical, and I say this with every single seriousness, if it wasn't for injuries, this guy would be the prototypical build your striker mold out of striker. Like, you build a striker off of the mold of Callum Wilson. If you want 15 to 18 Premier League goals, you build a Callum Wilson just with stronger hamstrings. That's it. Stronger hamstrings, and he'd be the guaranteed 15 to 20 goals a season striker. Easy money, easy. I love, like, with Callum Wilson, I love he occupies all three defenders and he bullies them. I remember there was one time in the second half, left-hand corner against Eric Dyer, gave him, because he's got that unsuspecting pace as well, beat him down the line. I promise you, running in behind, hold up play, and then he can find a finish as well. That's 15 to 18 goals a season minimum if he can stay fit. If he could stay fit, that's the big problem with him. But he just gave that backline a working. That Tottenham backline got a working.
What do we think is Newcastle's ceiling then? Because they're currently sitting fourth. They can literally buy whoever they want. They're going.
I don't know. I feel like they're fully in the top four race. You know why? Because they're Isak and Maximan ain't local, and this is what they're doing without the two. So that's why I feel like they're in the top four race, because I believe like those two come back and they get stronger. Pardon?
So I feel like it's fair to say that Newcastle should start thinking about moving on from, say, Maximan. Is that unfair?
Why do you say that?
Yeah, why would you say that?
I'm not saying like sell him, but at the same time, in terms of his injury record and just the fact that he's, as you said, they're trying to move up in the footballing table. They need, and Maximan is quality, don't get me wrong, but they need someone that's going to be there for them for the majority of the season. And like, for me, Maximan, like, before it used to be Maximan or bust, like, just give him the ball and you got to hope for the best. If they can get someone of a similar quality to, say, Maximan, and has got the availability of a sturdier player, that's when they really go to another level. Because right now, what they had to play, Joelinton left wing, who he did a good shift out there, but you don't want to have to play him there regularly. Like, and it's just, they're realistically waiting for Maximan to come back and be fit and play a big role in this team. But his injury record just right now is just it's a bit touchy, and it's one of those things where if they are going to take that next jump, that next step, they may have to think about getting a player in to play that maverick position that is actually reliable to stay on the pitch. See, this is our problem because they say we don't give flowers to the players outside of the big six, and then when you give them their flowers, this is why I don't get to do my
this is how it's received.
Damn. I mean, at least he's sensitive.
Joe Willett, don't try to buy your stocks now. That did not include that performance did not get. If you had stocks, they're stable right now, just stable, nice stock. Just it's like buying Apple, You're not making any money off of it, but you've got some Apple stock. It's just stable, it's just there. Someone calling Howard genius. You know what? He's done a very good job. I'd
say Eddie Howe's done a good job still.
He's done a good job.
They said, oh yeah, he's had the money. He's been like, I think Chim was like, how can you say Eddie Howe's done it, kept keeping them up? He did a great job. I said, okay, now he's done more than keep them up. So we have to say, yeah, he's done a great job. They're in 4th place.
He's in 4th place. Season's not done yet, but he's done
one loss as well.
Most people think they're gonna end up 7th or so. We discussed it today on the other podcast, and most people are in agreement that they could get that Conference League spot.
Palace got something cooking.
That's a good season for them.
Exactly. So
Palace was in a relegation battle a couple of weeks ago. Stop that, man. Stop that. But yeah, no, and that's a good season for them. Anywhere in Europe is a good season for them. But I do think they're in the top 4 race just because they've got Isak and Maximan missing. Why did you say Maximan they should move on from him, Banks?
It's just even not just this season, but over the time he's been there, his injury record just isn't. I'm not saying, as I said, I'm not saying move on like as in sell him, but he was once the fulcrum of the team. Like the team didn't work if Maximan wasn't playing. And now, if they get in another quality left winger or another quality winger that they can build around, or that they can play when Maximan's not there, it takes this team to another level. Because Maximan's his fitness is just not. He's a great guy, and I've seen everything that he's done for I know Newcastle supporters love him, so maybe this is just a typical top 6 mentality. Just replace him, but I know Newcastle fans really like him, but if they want to take that next step, they need a player that they know is going to be there, know is going to be reliable, play 30 games a season minimum. And you just don't know if you're going to get that with, say, Maximan. Like, his injury record for them has just not been to the highest level. Who do you suggest, if not ASM? I don't know, man. I'm sure they've got a scouting network. They were the only ones that managed to pick up on Bruno Guimaraes, even though everybody was they managed to get Bruno Guimaraes in January, when it's not even like that's an easy window to shop in. So I don't doubt that they've got their scouting hat on and they're ready to they're already thinking about players that can replace him. Newcastle's first big signing is going to be Felix.
That's ridiculous.
What was that? Cuckoo La La Land.
Yeah.
Oh, Newcastle's not in the top 4 race. BF for this is a bit sassy.
Very sassy.
I said BFFR. Right, fair enough. Steady Eddie, man, literally. Fair enough, man. Steady Eddie. Nothing wrong with being a steady Eddie. No chance they managed to free Felix. Tottenham in the mud, man.
To Southampton, holding Arsenal to a draw. Starting off with Shemi, what's your overall thoughts on the game?
Got my name. Fair enough. It's
Listen, everyone knows your real name from 3 years ago.
I don't know, man. That match frustrated me. It's predominantly the second half, because in the first half, when we went in 1-0, I just knew there's no way we've not made this a lot harder than it needs to be. When you play a match like that and you give a central midfielder more than 5 seconds on the ball, you have to take advantage of the fact that you've got that much time on the ball. And by that, I mean, go 2, 3, 4 goals up and kill them, kill their confidence, kill their mentality.
Not get close to you in the first half.
They
Well,
couldn't.
I'd
It
say
wasn't,
first 30 minutes.
and it
First
wasn't
30
even.
minutes
And
was
and
good.
where we were playing well, we were playing good enough. But Southampton weren't playing at all. Nobody was engaging any form of press or pressure on the ball. We were passing in between the lines so easily. The only person that wanted a little bit of the game was Salisu and the two centre backs on the other, on Martinelli's side, and the other one with Jesus, the one with the
Yanko.
guy with the beard. I'm not too sure who those two
Yeah,
players
Yanko,
are.
yeah.
Them two, those three players were the only Southampton players that really, really, really wanted to play. So take advantage of that, kill that morale, because they'd get a corner and they'll start cheering, and little things like that starts building up, and then you start losing your control of the game. And you knew what was happening. It happened against Leeds, but Leeds even played a lot better. Obviously, Leeds played a lot better than Southampton from the first minute. But Southampton, that game there, that was an easy 3 points. Easy 3 points. And it's very, very regrettable how we played, especially in that second half. But if we win that first half, if we blow them out in one half, we can play like that in the second half. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you was only one goal ahead. So why did you take your foot off the gas? And what I must say is, sometimes Arteta did the same thing with Ten Hag in terms of making triple substitutions and trying to overcook stuff. Sometimes it doesn't need to. There's some substitutions he was making, it didn't need to happen. And there's a substitution.
Which subs didn't need to happen?
I
He
don't
didn't
think
need to.
Odegaard. He didn't need to take off Odegaard.
He didn't need to take off for Vieira. Vieira doesn't need to keep getting trust minutes every single game. Sometimes it's fine to not play a Premier League game. Take Saka off the pitch. Jesus Christ. Why did he take Martinelli off and keep Saka on the pitch when Saka did absolutely niche the whole match? Saka did like two good things the whole match, and you kept him on the pitch, bringing Eddie Nketiah on for Martinelli when Martinelli was playing better of the two wingers. Why has he done that? Fair enough.
Jesus.
Jesus or Saka should have come off.
Yeah.
Jesus or Saka should have come off. Why you're taking off the best player out of the front three? It's very frustrating. Fair enough, the Tierney substitution, that's fine. Fine, I'm indifferent. And Vieira doesn't need to come on the pitch.
He didn't need to come on at all.
But hey, I'm not blaming Arteta for why we drew that game. I'm blaming the fact that why we lost today or why we drew was because Jesus didn't score.
Yeah.
Nathan said, but so many games now, Arteta doesn't change a winning formula, and it's frustrating. We didn't finish our dinner.
Yeah, Jesus. It was Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's the reason why we drew that game. Jesus didn't score. That was it. For being completely cutthroat.
Yeah.
After that first 30 minutes, I don't know how he wasn't 2-3 goals ahead. Like, there was just so many times when I was just looking at it and thinking, yeah, nah, Southampton just literally didn't come to play today. Like, literally, number 5 in the midfield, as you said, 2-3 seconds on the ball, easy, could pick his pass so many times. And it's one of those ones where when you don't take your chance and you just let them grow back into the game, then you saw Stuart Armstrong getting on the ball a lot more in the second half, driving at you lot. Ibrahim Diallo looked decent as well in that second half, where he was able to get a few more touches. And then I think that last, I say 10 minutes, you lot just collapsed because it looked like Southampton were going to win looking at the last 10 minutes. Who was it? Number 5 and Fabio Vieira, yeah. Saka and Nketiah needs to take him home. Remember when Saka posted some pounded jam on his story after, I think it was the European game? Take Fabio Vieira home. Give him that meal plan.
Just get strong.
No, give him that meal plan. Give him that meal plan, because I saw a Dozy weights in him off the ball, and I was just like, yeah, no, that does a Dozy. You don't get weights off by a Dozy.
Small boy.
Don't get with bro. PM Premier League, fam, is a serious thing. Because when you get there and people just there giving you an elbow in the ribs, you gotta still stand up. You gotta stand up. I can't even say much about the Southampton team because I don't think they were, as I said, you look tired, but it was only in the last 15-20 minutes that they really came into the game and it looked like they could be winners. But they defended resolutely enough, I guess, after I say the first 30 minutes where you lot were on top and having all the chances. After that, you lot didn't have many chances to really break through, apart from that Tierney, apart from the goal that was disallowed because it went off. But yeah, it felt like if you considering the fact that last week against Leeds, you probably shouldn't have won that game. Maybe it's just the universe evening shit
It's
out.
just the universe. I guess it's just the universe. That's why you can't even.
Shout out number 17 over at Everton.
I think when you said the pound of jam thing,
Nah, literally pounded jam and get him pounded jam for the diet and then get him talking about Nigerian politics for the exercise. That two, mix those two, Fabio, by next year it'll be a new beast. It'll be a different beast. PSV and now Southampton, 2 flat performances. Hey man, maybe you don't need that World Cup break.
That other game that we played away as well was flat.
Well, Leeds
Leeds,
Europa.
or Bodo Glimt.
Bodo Glint.
Even though we won, it was horrible.
Yeah, that was boring. Yeah, it was a horrible match.
Horrible game.
That the one where Sakaleli took someone up.
Saka
With his
scored. I
shot.
think he hit the roof of the net. Yeah.
Now with his shot that went pew, and it hit somebody up there.
Oh yeah, someone in their flat. Yeah.
Oh. Moving on to Liverpool crumbling at the City Stadium. Is this the upset of the season?
100%.
Nah, it's not.
I don't think so.
Liverpool aren't that good. They're not that good. They don't get upsets no more.
No, you don't. No, you don't lose to Forest.
You don't get upsets no more.
You don't lose to Forest.
No,
Forest
no.
won one game.
Forest looked like they was good. Forest looked the more likely to score all game.
You don't lose to Forest. Though. Forest scored. Forest has beat one team this season.
Literally
And
bottom
now
of the table.
it's- Huh?
Literally bottom of the table.
Yeah, you don't lose to Forest though.
No,
That
but
ruined everyone's soccer.
You have to realize there's a lot of history steeped in this fixture. It meant more to them. This wasn't a surprise. There's a lot of history steeped in the fixture.
You don't lose to Forest. Though.
There's a lot of history steeped in the fixture. It's not an easy fixture for them. Not easy. Forest are no rollovers. No rollovers.
Okay.
No rollovers. More than you believe. More than you.
What can
What
Klopp change Liverpool's fortunes?
What can change Liverpool's fortunes? Divine intervention at this point, man. It's divine intervention because Liverpool, yeah, they didn't look mad rattled until they went behind, and then everything just looked like it was collapsing in on top of them. Joe Gomez, before the free kick that led to the goal, Joe Gomez just got rolled by Awoniyi. Got rolled by Awoniyi.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Awoniyi. He got rolled by Awoniyi. Had to drag him down. After that, his head went for like 5-10 minutes. They should have been 2-0 down. They didn't create anything in open play. They literally didn't create anything in open play. All of their best chances came from set pieces. Van Dijk in the first half where he headed it across goal instead of going for goal. And then the last couple of minutes when Alisson went up and looked like he was going to score, Van Dijk gets the header, brazy saved by Dean Henderson. But it's just another flat away performance from Liverpool. It's been nothing new this season. They didn't come out the blocks 5. And as you said, Nottingham Forest, bottom of the table. If you need a pick-me-up away from home, this has to be the game. You need a pick-me-up away from home. You come out and you start gunning.
What Klopp has to do to change Liverpool's fortunes is focus on the Champions League. If they don't win there's no good comes from this season's Premier League. If they win the Champions League, everybody keeps quiet, and that is what they're good at. That's their bread and butter. Just focus on that tournament, I guess. In terms of on the pitch, what you can do to change their fortunes, they're blaming injuries, but you also have to look at FSG and Klopp and over. This is something that's been brewing for the last 4 years in terms of from 2018 to about 2020 to the COVID season. 2020, Liverpool benefited a good 2.5-3 seasons of not suffering any significant injuries. The same 11 was playing week in, week out. And it has to run its course. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it got to its peak. And at that peak, obviously, you don't know when it's going to come crashing down. But at that peak, that's the time where you should have invested in maintaining that level by being able to rotate that squad. But they didn't. I saw a tweet that said since they've won the league, the only midfielders they signed is Thiago and Artemelo, which is bad, which is very, very bad. But
Thiago
if you
and who?
maintain that, Thiago and Arta,
They're the
Ain't
only midfielders. Or they're the only midfielders.
Melo, those are the only midfielders they've signed since they've won the league. Yeah.
Nah,
Ain't-
rely on Harvey
ain't
Elliott and them.
when did they sign him?
Nah, that was like
Keita,
2018.
time ago. But yeah, so there's not. So when you're if you compare it to City, they just always try to maintain a certain type of level, even if they lose a caliber of player. So that complacency is what's costing Liverpool, in the fact that the model worked for so long and they've exhausted it. So now it's like, why are we getting so many injuries? Well, like Banks said for the Southampton, that's Leeds thing for us. It's like it's gonna come back. It's gonna you benefited those 3 years out of just not getting injuries, which is very, very rare. So now it's coming to you tenfold. And it's funny because the people getting injured aren't even the old players. It's the young players, which is very, very weird. Like the Milners and the Hendersons are still there, but they've outstayed their welcome because of the injury. So it's all a knock-on effect. And I feel like it's actually just run its course.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
talk
like-
about
It's
Because
top,
pardon?
top 4. Is that now a reach for them?
Yeah, no, top 4 is reachable, but that's not what Liverpool aim for. So that means nothing to them. For right now, they have to focus on winning the Champions League. But lastly, I say it's over in terms of the eras because City have it seems like City have only gotten better, and Liverpool's best wasn't even good enough. So do I feel like they can reach that best again, which are almost like faultless? Can they exceed that? No.
what you saying? Klopp to lead the rebuild, or does he need to?
Nah, he could if he could focus on the Champions League because that's where City's rubbish at. Do you get what I mean? So if you go to another competition where there's no flat track bully like City do the Prem, Liverpool are more than capable of dominating that. So why not?
Not with this team. They're not capable. Not with this team.
Okay.
Not with this team.
Champions League is a lot. As much as this might sound mad, but Champions League is a lot easier to win than the league.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's only easier. It's only easier if your team's playing at a very good level. Like there's not
Chelsea weren't playing at a very good level.
in the Champions League. They were in the Champions League. They were even this season in the Champions League against Napoli. They got thrashed. Against Ajax, they just about scraped through.
That same season, Chelsea got thrashed in the Champions League.
In the 2021 season?
Yeah.
No.
When they won.
When Tuchel was there.
When Tuchel came, was already the knockout stages.
Yeah. So in the knockout stages, they were flawless. They were pretty much flawless. Battered Real Madrid.
What I'm saying is you're using the Champions League stages, like the group stages, to judge.
I'm saying like Liverpool's performances right now, they're not even at the standard where you can definitely say they're gonna turn it on in the Champions League. Right now, they're performing like you look at the performance that they put
with
in
Liverpool. What we've known with history, Liverpool is that they can turn it on in the Champions League. I'm not betting against them not to turn it on in the Champions League. I think like they're more than capable.
This season, I would bet against them turning it on out of nowhere in the Champions League, especially with the injuries, the way they've been playing. I just don't see them turning it on out of nowhere. Like previously, if we was talking like the 2019, 20 season or 2018 season, one of those, if you said, oh, Liverpool are doing bad in the league, can they turn it on in the Champions League? I'd probably say yes, but right now, with the way they're playing right now, I just don't see them randomly turning it on in the Champions League if they face better teams as well. If they face better teams, because right now they face Napoli, the good team that they've faced so far, Napoli, they got crunched by. Ajax they beat, Rangers they beat. Can they beat a better team than Napoli, who are on top? Let me see what the score is in the Napoli game, actually.
Yeah, I've just checked it. It's finished. Napoli
Finished
won.
0-0.
No.
Napoli won.
Seven
League.
points clear.
In the league.
You say we?
We are how many?
We.
Anyway,
Me and Killer K.
I ain't even gonna question.
Me and Killer K.
Should we go off to the last two board teams? Chelsea and United 1-1.
I completely forgot about this match.
Overall thoughts on the game, Banks?
It's just that the way we played in the first 30 minutes or so, I thought we was gonna win the Premier League. Honestly, it was box office stuff. It was box office. I thought we was gonna win the Premier League. If we had to finish up top,
If
if some buts say, but yeah, no, we thrashed them. We thrashed them in the first 30 minutes, and when you don't, again, it's sort of similar to Arsenal, Southampton. When you don't score when you're on top, you let Potter make his tactical changes, brought on Kovacic, and the game changes. After
Yep.
that 30 minutes, Chelsea came back into the game, and it was a lot more. It was a lot more dogged, a lot more even after that. McTominay gives away a stupid ass pen. That game was literally the most nil-nil until the final 10 minutes. It was the most nil-nil game you can imagine. Until McTominay comes on and throws away the game, and then Casemiro comes clutch. One thing I will say that this match showed me is that we brought in Casemiro, and he's literally doing the job that McTominay and Fred failed to do half of. McTominay and McFred couldn't do half the job that Casemiro is doing right now, and it pains me because why didn't we do this earlier? Why did we wait this long to bring in such a play? Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, Rafa Varane, get well soon, my brother. The rest of them, hey, some of these players just piss me off. Piss me off.
Dallow's improved.
Huh?
I said Dallow's improved.
Dallow's improved, yep. Not going to take that away from him. He's been good. He's been good this season. But this was one of Shaw's been good as well recently as well. I have to give that to him. He knows he's in his contract. A little bit of contract ball to get that new. He knows he's not getting a new deal on the Ten Hag unless he plays well. So he's giving us a little bit of that contract ball. We're not being fooled though. Not being fooled. But there's just some players right now they're just not giving me enough. I need more.
Sancho's not good enough.
I need more from him. I need more. You're not beating the Almiron allegations, let alone the Pepe allegations. I need more from you. I need more.
There's a pecking order. Pepe, Almiron, Sancho.
Yeah, Shaw's improved. Like this is the problem with Shaw. He's actually tapped. You have to wait until you've got genuine competition before you'll actually improve and play well, which is so meant to me. Like you literally need somebody pushing you up your ass before you can play well. When you literally could have just done it. Like this is in him to play like this. It's in him to play like this. And he waits until you've got Malacia on your back to play like that. Oh man. Sancho, step forward. Hey, the bright lights are shining on you, man. It's not every week that they're gonna put up that truth picture of you, bro.
Every single week.
Every single week. Every single damn week. Oh my god, I need more from you, Sancho, man. I need more because you get in those positions and you go at the defender and it looks as if you're about to do something. And you pass it back. Just take, even if you lose, I think he must be super scared of losing the ball or something because there's like who did we face? Tottenham. I said in Tottenham game was very good. He went at the defenders. It didn't always work, but he went at the defenders. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. This time against Chelsea, every time you got defender faced up or be kicked against his ankles or you just pass it back. Like you gotta be more direct, you gotta be more aggressive. And it's not like it's not in him to be aggressive, not in him to go and take people on because you can do that. But I don't know whether it's a mentality thing, what's going on, but he needs to actually pattern up with that because it's getting old. It's getting old.
We got signed for Chelsea on the 6th of November.
You, Arsenal?
Yeah.
Make sure, man.
We'll show you how it's done.
Is it Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, we'll show you how it's done.
Is it Stamford Bridge?
Yeah.
Make sure, man. Sancho, Magnum, Pepe. Sancho and Reece Nelson just got to restart at Lambeth Tigers.
Oh,
Damn, man.
It's a bit harsh.
He let them go to Bethlehem.
With both teams having new managers, where do you assess where both teams are at now?
Chelsea get away with murder because considering the amount of personnel they've signed and considering where they were, how many people they signed under Lampard and under Tuchel, and now even just at the start of this Potter reign, ridiculous where they are. It's ridiculous. Chelsea have just managed to hide underneath the shadows of Liverpool and City for so long, considering there was supposed to be a 3-horse race. and they've never once competed. It's ridiculous, but hey, they can get away with it, I guess.
I think United are in a good position, but you can tell the quality of some of the players is what's holding. When I look at what Ten Hag has done with us in the space of 3 months or so, like I can see what he's done. I can see it out there. I can see the patterns of play, and I can see what he's trying to build. But the quality of play is just not fully there right now. So I think this season is definitely capped. We need to make some changes to the squad. We need to continue to make some improvements to the squad, because you can tell that it's just the quality of some of the players that's holding back what Ten Hag is trying to do. Because as I said, like first half of that game, up until the substitution, I'd say we were walking all over them, and we should have taken a VAR. We should have scored in that period. Casemiro by himself in that midfield was just dog walking that whole mid. Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho could not get a touch on him. Once they brought in Kovacic, the game changed 100%. But when it was Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek in there, you could see who the 5-time Champions League winner was. You could see who's been there and done it between the lot of them, and it was Casemiro. But as I said, the quality of some of the other players is just when we need more players to be able to play on that level on a consistent basis, and right now we just don't have that. Right now we just.
So where would you finish?
Where do we finish? We can still definitely finish top 4, just because. Five time. We can definitely finish top 4. We can definitely finish top 4 just because.
You can't bring in Champions League to Old Trafford. Just stop.
What?
Why do you keep saying 5 times? What are you counting?
Huh? Oh, no, that's how it's talking, because I said 5 times.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Varane's injury looked serious. Do all these injuries highlight how bad it is to have a Winter World Cup?
You've got nothing to do with the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
It's just peaker. It's just peaker because everybody gets mid-season injuries, innit?
Yeah.
And the World Cup being placed now is just a very awkward and nasty time. And the fixture pile-up is going to play a part in that. I can't lie. The fixture pile-up has played a part in that. But it's just like more time if you got an injury in flipping November, what Varane's going to be out for 3-4 weeks. It doesn't. You'd be able to come back from that and hopefully play a part in your summer World Cup. Like it's not going to impact your long-term fitness, but it just being smack bang in the middle of a season where it's literally game every 3 days, game. It's difficult, and it's going to take its toll on the players. Literally, just as it's been said before, like players aren't robots, so they put this schedule in to accommodate a Winter World Cup. They did it specifically for that reason, and the players knew that this was sort of happen, and it's not like it hasn't been spoken about the impact that the Winter World Cup would have, but it's happened now, and we've seen the injuries that are piling up. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Just quickly before we go, team of the week with game week 11 and 12. I was going to say game week
11 and 12.
Team of the week.
All right. Let me have a little thinking magic.
Oh, Jesus. That caught me off guard.
Can you not hear that rain?
Yeah,
That's well off guard. It's not
I'll
right.
go Allison in goal.
What's that?
So I'll go Allison in goal.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'll go right back. Who had a storming right back performance? I'll go Dallo. Was that too easy?
How did he play against Spurs?
Oh no, he had Perisic on look. He had Perisic clamped.
Okay.
Good week for him. Good week for that boy. Who ever watched this? Oh, Tarkowski. I'll put 3-0 against Palace. Tarkowski was a monster. Jesus Christ. Just bagged up Edouard, just did it like that, just put him to the side. That was nasty. I'll put Tarkowski in there. I'm going to just go from the games I've watched in it. Lisandro Martinez, I have to throw him in there. That's a dog. He's a dog. I know you're mad at that.
I didn't say anything.
Nah, I could see in your face. Imagine you had a Saliba and Martinez partnership. You know, would win the Premier League with that.
No, don't stop talking about Martinez besides Saliba, please. You can keep that.
It was better than Saliba.
No. Stop talking about Saliba, bro. Just
Wait,
stop.
where
Better
was
than
you-
Saliba, bro.
Stop
Better than
talking
Saliba.
about. You know when
You're not
someone's
talking about
this is what
him.
they do with Ronaldo and Messi. They always talk about Ronaldo and Messi. Just speak about man on his own. We don't want a comparison to Saliba. He's not just
Hey,
go
top
away.
two, man.
No.
Top two.
Don't do that. Don't
If
do that.
Saliba's number one, then he's number one. All I'm saying is
No. We don't want Martinez and
All I'm
Saliba
saying
in the
is
same
Martinez
sentence.
is top two.
Anyway, other centre back. I was gonna say Gomez or Van Dijk because of how they performed against City, but that was a week ago. And the match midweek against West Ham was a bit mid. So no, I can't think of another centre back.
We're going Tarkowski and Martinez. So we're going Tarkowski and Martinez.
Oh,
Who's the left? Luke Shaw left back.
No. Chill. All right, we've got chill now. just put in bare.
Nico Williams. How was he? He was decent. He was decent. He wasn't great. What 3 p.m. did I watch?
You really threw us off with this one, you know.
I'm literally trying to think about the games I've watched.
On the fly.
Sorry. It's on my schedule. I've got to blame the backroom staff.
I fuck with Martinez though. Reminds me of Gabriel Paulista.
Hey, I love that.
That's funny,
midfield 3. Bruno, G, the real Bruno. What would I say?
Bruno.
Casemiro.
Why?
Quality.
You lot drew, you know. You lot drew.
You see the celebration.
You lot literally drew. He didn't even know. He's never scored one in his life. He didn't know what to do.
He scored in Champions League finals. Respect. He scored in Champions League finals. Close your mouth. Chef. Be respectful. What are we talking about?
All right, go on.
What are we talking about? Casemiro, Bruno G, and Iwobi.
Oh, you literally read what you just said. Damn.
Nathan, this is why you're locked in. Locked in.
You married me?
Nathan's locked in. I didn't even see that comment. You're so locked in.
Came up as you said the last name.
You're so locked in.
Fair enough.
You're so locked in.
What's next?
3 up top.
3 up top.
Danny Ings up front, just because he hates Gerrard.
Nah, we can't do Danny Ings. We've got to do thingy. Mitrovic.
No, stop. Danny Ings.
What do you mean stop? We're doing game week 12 and 13. He scored against Leeds and he scored against... Huh?
Great week 11. You haven't played 13.
Sorry, 11 and 12.
Who did Mitrovic score against in midweek? Oh, Gerrard, didn't it?
Yeah, he dunked. Yeah, you got Gerrard gone.
Mitrovic got back. We go to up. Oh, we can't even go to up front. Fair enough. What can Danny Ings go?
Because it would have been Ings or Mitrovic.
Okay, no, cool. 4-3-1-2. Mings and Mitrovic up top. We need a 10 now. We need a 10. Give me a 10. Give me a 10.
Yeah, there's still 10 to the game.
We drop Almiron in the 10.
I was gonna say.
We drop Almiron in the 10.
I was about to say, drop Almiron in the 10. Go on. You know what?
We drop him in the 10 and we're done. We're good.
No. All right. Cool. So that's
who's the left back? We didn't even decide on the left back.
You did.
Oh, Luke Shaw.
Actually, no,
you just said sure, but I wasn't gonna fight it because I don't care. You drew though, like you actually drew the match, but whatever.
Whatever helps him sleep at night, innit?
Them ones there.
FPL update. Who has?
I had a great week, 72 points.
But it's not about you. It's about tier 3, and I know you're not. Are you top 10?
Probably.
Okay, so in the lead, we've got a new leader again, a new old leader. Finding Neto Junior EV, 796 points, 53 points this weekend. His highest scorer was, of course, Haaland, 26 points. Captain Haaland. He did so rubbish apart from Haaland. They had Mitrovic and Kane, and then the rest of everybody else got 1 or 2 points. He left Pereira on the bench, though. That's a calm 10 points there. Nico Williams on the bench, he'll be kicking himself. He left some good points on the bench. Left some good points on the bench. Let's look at everybody else's. So man, 45 points, high scorer Haaland, of course. Oh my god, I did so terrible. Everybody got the next highest person got 4 points. Shem, 72 points. Of course, Captain Haaland, but he got Bernardo in there as well. He got Andreas in there as well. I know he didn't pick this team. Awoniyi, 9 points. So he had a decent.
So he
Auto select.
Ridiculous.
Where's Julie? Where's Julie's one?
I had an awful week, man. Please, I didn't even change my team. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's all coming out now.
What position are you?
I don't know. I haven't even looked. Where am I?
Let me find this.
I got 36 points.
God damn.
Oh my god! I found her. Oh, she had Jesus on captain and not Haaland.
I haven't changed it. I said it's been like that for like 2 weeks, man.
You slept at the job, man.
Haaland 13 points. Then it's scary from there. Edison 5 points. Sterling 3 points. Yeah, spooky stuff. Spooky.
So that's it from us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe when this video goes up. Review show on Thursday. Make sure you lock in. What else?
Security in the club. On the net.
Thursday.
Everyone have a great week.
Everyone have a great week. Teachers are off, so you get a break.
The vibes.
Can't say the same for some.
FM kids.
Shout out all the teachers.
And then you got work tomorrow, Shem. It's all right.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so controversial.
Well, you should be in
Just need to
prison.
shake him.
You should be in prison. We build you out. We build you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.